Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. As the harsh reality is beginning to set in, Nnamdi Kanu now in Sokoto Medium Prison, many southeastern elites, especially the socialites, are beginning to recount their words. But let's find out really what happened within 48 hours that is making this very bold assertion. Some are making U-turn because possibly they're getting intel far different from what they used to. Well, before going to the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. According to what we gathered, Kubana chief priest has reversed his headline stance regarding the detention of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu following a lengthy phone call with the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kanu, with the sentencing of Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Now, after the 42 minutes conversation, Kubana chief priest expressed renewed hope for Kanu's release, stating that the president can now take action since the matter is out of court. He apologized for previously doubting the deputy speaker and affirmed that President Tinubu's votes are secured, confirming he gained access through the call to visit Kanu soon. Now, businessman and socialite Kubana chief priest appears to have reversed his strong rhetoric regarding the detention of IPOB by virtue of his call he made. And he went ahead, he said, I have been, let me just, word for word. He said, I have been on call for over 42 minutes with the deputy speaker, and from all he briefed me, all hopes are not lost. MNK, that's Nnamdi Kanu, will get freedom hopefully because it is now that the president can take action as matter don't come off from court. The deputy speaker is not a weak man, as I stated earlier. He's an action man. It's just that they failed to brief us, the people, with the process of their support to secure MNK's release. All hopes are not yet lost. At official Asiwaju Bat, your votes are secured. The delegation coming to meet you, please listen to them, sir. As long as you help us by letting MNK come home to us to fix Southeast, just do your 8 years they go. Person will cause this problem, don't die. Make the matter self die. Since his detention, Southeast has failed woefully. We need to be on the rise again. I will be visiting MNK, that's Nnamdi Kanu, soon with this info, as this conversation has helped me gain access. Make I go see Onyendu Ndibo, MNK, one-on-one. Now, the statement marks a significant shift as the businessman not only expresses newfound trust in the government's efforts, but also softens his tones towards the Tinubu administration, even affirming that the president's votes are now secured. He concluded by confirming that the conversation helped him gain access to visit Nnamdi Kanu soon. Well, I don't know, but let's just assume that he has a classified information that most Nigerians don't have. But very quickly, I cannot forget what one of the Nollywood actors from the Southeastern extraction said, and it caught my attention. He said, look, all of this life sentence now wash, that in the long run, they will use Nnamdi Kanu's release as a chip or as a bargaining chip to get the Southeastern votes, such that they will say, we'll release your son. According to him, or I think he's just predicting that we'll give you your son on one condition, that you give me your vote come 2027. And I can tell you almost for free with that I'm sure most Southeasterners would definitely give him the vote. But we are looking at it from the political perspective. How about looking at it from the social perspective as well? Now, if they release Nnamdi Kanu, now even while in court, I'm just saying it the way it is. I stand to be corrected, and your opinion may also differ. But then we can always meet in a conversation to brainstorm. Even while yet in court, you will notice that Nnamdi Kanu did not change. He did not equivocate. He did not soft pedal. He did not become soft spoken. He was as tough as he used to speak outside the Radio Biafra. That's the same way he still spoke, even to the point that he told Justice Omotosho, "You don't know law. God punish you now forever." This, one would expect that, now I am in your domain, I should be a bit more careful. He wasn't. He said what he said, and he meant what he said. No apologies to anyone. Quote and unquote, quote from Nnamdi Kanu. But now, if you just saying, if eventually they get that bargaining chip, I do not know what they will sign for him to agree. But I almost can feel it in my bones. I stand to be corrected again. I said that he will not abandon his agitation for Biafra. I believe that if for any reason there's a bargaining chip, they give him a presidential pardon, he now finally finds his way out of the country. I strongly believe that he will still call out for Biafra. Why? Because he will now say the worst has been done to him. He has been in detention off and on for 10 years or more. Could be up to 10 years or more, if that's to be corrected, because before the Kenyan repatriation and rendition, he had been off and on. Remember that time he talked about leaving Afaruku because of his life was, some security personnel came for him. It was his people that protected him and all that. So that's been on and off for over 15 years now. Correct me for those of us who have been following this movement for a while now. And you think that when they now set him free due to political solution, he now travels outside the country again. He will now abandon it. It is even now he will want to call for more of it. But this time around, I think he will be more careful. He'll be more careful not to be caught. And he'll be more careful the countries he travels to, knowing fully well that there are some countries that will not permit that are lax when it comes to immigration rules, and there are some countries also that are very stringent when it comes to the issue of immigration rules. So he may likely travel and continue with this, and when he does, unfortunately, if this level of corruption, impunity, and the level of insecurity continues, I think more people want to listen to him, because what gives rise to separatism is when the government fails to rise up to the occasion of protecting their own people and also making life comfortable for their own citizens. So if the government of the does not rise up to the occasion, and for political solution is now being considered and given, if all of this is actually on based on what some of the fillers people are getting from the southeastern fillers, insisting that look, there has to be some political negotiation here, and if that happens, I'm not sure that the southeasterners will still, because the common man feels marginalized except something is done properly. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Let's